Hi there. Again, I'm Ron Juckett. This is another test of streaming a card and dice sporting event. We're going to go back with the golf this time. We're going to set up a 18-hole round between stroke play match between Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson using the game ASG Golf. We're using Torrey Pines South, which is both where Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods had great success as juniors, and Tiger won there in 2008 at the U.S. Open. That memorable 91-hole of playoff, or the 18 and plus hole playoff against Rocco Mediate. So we're going to go through an entire round. This is going to be stroke play at the redone course at Torrey Pines South. Remember, there's two at Torrey Pines. There's North and South. North is pretty easy. South is not. South really is a good open course. So, but we're playing this in the what they do for the farmers or the old Buick or whatever. So it's a par 72. There's no wind. The course is hard and fast. The rough is considered PGA, which is a thick rough. It's not U.S. Open, so it's not gnarly. But if you don't put it in the fairway, you're going to be in trouble. So I moved the aim point already for Tiger. It's at 293. I want to put the ball in play. I'll be playing for both Tiger and Phil here. So we're going to use a 3-wood. Or I'm pretty sure we're using the 3-wood. There it is off the tee. The caddy chart's a bit different looking than it was in the first round. The landing area will come, it is downhill 5 yards, but a good tee shot will come back towards you. So you can either aim it with the driver down through there, placed at 448 on the card, and try the slope. I think we just want to put it in play. Yes, I did lose my mouse cursor, and that's a great shot. Remember, any doubles are good numbers, and Tiger put it 274, 5 yards from where he aimed it, but right safely in the fairway for a good tee shot. So this is the original aim point, 283, 165 to go. I think Phil, who is much more of a riverboat gambler than Tiger, is still going to go with a 3-wood here. Let's see what he gets with it. Got lucky. 6-5 is not normally a good dice roll, but he got the right side of a split roll. Goes 281, 166 on the fairway, and 5 yards to the right of where he aimed it. So they're both in very good shape as we start the first hole. You saw from the caddy shot a moment ago that there's really no tricks here. On an upslope, so that'll take some of the about 5 yards off for Tiger. But 176 with an 8-iron. His 8-iron goes to 175 on a good shot. There's not really enough trouble there around the green to make not going for that pin worth it. So right at it from 176 with an 8. And it hits the pin. Double 2, which hits you to the use the iron rating number, and Tiger's iron rating is a 3. That's great. So you'll have a kick-in birdie from there. Now Phil, kind of between clubs here. A 9-iron for Phil only goes 160. An 8-iron goes 175. So Phil will play a knockdown 8-iron and hope it doesn't go the full 170. He is in an upslope. It should shorten the shot a little bit. Oh, and he misses that to the right. He rolled a 6-5. We said that wasn't a good number, and in the iron column, this dice roll 28 number. The dice result number is a 28. The higher the number, except for 12, 24, and 36, usually the worse the result. So he's going to have a tricky pitch coming back. That was actually the worst shot he could have hit with an 8-iron. That's the worst number. So let's see what he's got to save par. Look at the green, says that actually it's not that bad of a pitch. The pin is cut at the bottom of the slope. And there is a side slope, but he should go. The caddy puts him right there, so let's see what happens. Well, a little longer than he wanted. About 4 yards past the green and about a yard wide of the hole, so he should have about 13, 14 feet to save his par. Or 10. Sometimes you're just guessing there. It's putting chart 3, and I noticed from the other test run I did that these numbers can be a little blurry. His in chances are 18 out of 36. Remember, these are two six-sided die. So a 50-50 chance he can make this. It will be down the hill, so it will be a bit trickier. Pours it right in. Double ones. So Mickelson will make par on the first. Tiger has 3 feet for birdie. And on putting chart 2, the only thing he doesn't want to roll is a 2-4. A red 2 and a white 4. And even then, there's some hidden dice rolls there. Doesn't mean that he'll miss it. But that's the only chance he'll miss this. Rolls a 3-4 and gets a birdie. So after one hole, Tiger Woods leads by 1 shot at 1 under par. By the way, Torrey Pines will play to a par 72 today. The 6th hole for the Open in 08 played as a par 4, but for everyone else, it's a par 5. We'll talk about that when we get there. The landing point that you see is at 265. Pretty straightforward hole here. Slight dogleg to the right. It's uphill, so they'll lose 5 yards, and the green slopes from the golfer's left to right. If you were watching on television, flip it around, it would look to be from right to left. So a 3-wood is probably the best play. The driver would run into that bunker long. No deep bunkers here on this hole, so 3-wood will be the play. And again, a perfect dice roll number. And he hits a 270 right down Broadway. Got a good roll on the hard and fast course. And he's going to have a pitch from 115. He'll go 3-wood for Phil, too. Really no change here. Just really no sense to go with the driver. There really isn't any advantage to it. Phil rolls a 4-3, which turns out to a 4, and he's about 2 yards short of Tiger. 268 off the tee. They're both in very good shape, and both will have pitches. Phil will play first. You can see where there's a huge ridge cut in the middle of the green that sharply slopes from left to right. The slope here where the pin is cut is down from back to front, but it's not that severe. So right at the pin is where Phil's virtual caddy, Cyberbones, tells him to go for it. He's to the right and got a little bit of the slope. A 2 roll was what he got, and it landed 2 yards to the past and 3 yards to the left. So it's about 9-10 feet. But I said that before for Phil. So within 7 to 9 feet for birdie. Tiger has 115, and I'm sure his cyber, Joe LaCava, will tell him to go right at the pin. And it does. You could just also aim it. You can see what the flag is, and it says wedge selection next to the number 1, and that is right at the pin. And 1 is someplace else, but the suggest button is usually what I go with, and it usually makes the most sense. Tiger, yeah, a 5-2 was a dice roll is a 27 result number. 6 yards short and 4 yards left of the hole, or inside the hole. So he's going to have about 20 feet for his birdie. And after a few unkind words for his play, Tiger lines up his putt. Now we're in putting chart 2, and we're past 20 feet. It was 21. So he has two choices. He can go for this, which his chances are 5 and 36 he'll make it, or he can lag it, which guarantees the par, and there's 3 chances out of 36 it goes in. We're going to go for it. Putting chart 2 is not that difficult, and he is going up the hill. A little aggressive with the putt, and goes 4 feet past. Now Phil's going down the hill 8 feet away, and he's on putting chart 4, which gives him a 20 out of 36 chance, a little better than 50-50. Should not get anywhere away from more than 3 feet if he misses. He does not, and he gets to 1 under par. Tiger's 4 feet for par, so if he does hit that 2-4 dice roll, it will miss. There's no question mark there. So 1-4. And so Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson are 1 under par through 2. To the par 3 third hole, 195 on the card, 198 today. Oh, that's a nasty pin. But it is cut to the right of that bunker that you see. So I believe that you can aim at that without getting into trouble. Ooh, the caddy card says it's a 20-yard drop from tee to green. So we won't play the suggested 6-iron. We'll go with the shorter 8-iron, which for Phil is 175. And I hope that he hits it. Anything around the chipping area, the fairway, or the green will, well, there's out of bounds left. That's where that red is. But those arrows mean it'll slope. So you must land it on the green or that little fairway area. That orange spot you see in the front of that bunker tells us that's a really deep bunker and would almost be impossible to get a shot close to the pin. So it'd be very difficult to get par if he lands in that orange stuff. And the red is out of bounds. That's the Pacific. So we'll go with the 8. The game, because it's a two-dimensional picture, you can't really see the slope. Torrey, the front side of Torrey Pines is right on the Pacific. Some beautiful pictures and vistas and all that. And it's just kind of hard to get that sense from here, but that's what it is. It's a very nasty slope. Well, when you get the worst dice roll, you can get a 2-4, but get the good split on it. He finds himself within a yard. He has a tap in for birdie here on 3. How about that? So Tiger watched that, and like Phil, will go with an 8-iron at 175 and hopes he can carry it, because 200 would be out of bounds, which is what a 6-iron. That's where the dot is. That's what the caddy would have handed him. So Tiger will cut that to an 8. And Tiger put that one long, and it did roll off the green. He's had a 3-1 dice roll is a 2 play result number, and it was just too long. They just cut too much of it. With the hard and fast surfaces, the ball will roll more, and that's what happened to Tiger. So Tiger's going to have a chip from about 8 yards. So this goes on the tough wedge chart because it's on such a slope. So we're going to look to see what the suggest says for Tiger. And suggested shot will land on the green. So we'll go with that. It says it will go on the on the pin. So the green slopes from back to front, and if it was on, there's a sharp slope in the middle going from left to right, but it won't matter for Tiger or for Phil. And Tiger's chip one's really hot. He got way too much ball instead of grass, and he'll have about 20 feet to save his par. "21 feet." And again, he'll go for this. He has the option to putt or lag, but the options for the putting chart too from that distance, 5 of 36 of getting in on the go, and 3 for the lag. And Phil is within 2 feet for birdie, so a very good putt. 2.5 is almost as good as you can get without going in. So a bogey for Tiger. Phil pretty much can just tap this in. He does. So after 3 holes, Tiger Woods is at level, and Phil Mickelson is 2 under par. Now the course gets tough. The 488-yard par 4 fourth. The landing point, as you see, is on the right side of the fairway at 300 yards. And now, even with this two-dimensional picture, you can see the cliff. Very pretty, very picturesque, and very dangerous. Looking at the caddy chart, as you figure the entire left side from the rough is out of bounds, so you'll lose a shot for that. The tee shot is uphill, and that's a good landing spot because this fairway does slope from the golfer's right to left, or if you were watching from where you would normally see on television, left to right. We'll talk about that second shot in a minute. That pin is in a very nasty place. You kind of have to go with driver here on both ends for both golfers. That just, if it goes 300, which is what it should for Phil with the -5, you're leaving about an 8-iron left. Anything else gets you into the mid-irons if you went with a 3-wood. Well, he pulled it left about 35 yards, but he stays out of off the rocks. So he'll have a very difficult shot coming up for his second from 220, and that's if he even has a shot from the rough. Tiger will go with the driver just for the same reason. Watch what happened to Phil. And that will be on the fairway. It's a little bit left. It will slope. But he stays on 309 yards. He'll have 175. And I don't think either one of them are going to be playing for the pin. Tiger will be playing for the center of the green. So let's see what Phil has. Alright, this is what we call the dreaded 7-iron lie. I know that you really can't see the chart on the upper right that says 4-iron and rough, but if you can see where it's red, that means that the yardage has been reduced because of the lie and the rough. It would be as if the ball was buried. So we change it to a 7-iron. I'm going to aim it right down the end of the fairway. I know I'm not going to get the 197 yards it says. So assume this ball was kind of buried in the rough, and you really can't hit a full shot on it. And why we use the 7-iron is you get the best distance with the best accuracy. Even with the, there are some dice rolls that will actually go straight. Don't count on this shot going straight. The bunker should not be in play, but he could stay in the rough. Could go right. I doubt he can hit a shot bad enough that will go down the cliff. But par is going to be a great score for Phil here. And it's a great shot. Best one he could actually get from there. Got the right amount between ball and grass, and he leaves himself a 57-yard wedge shot for his third. All right, 174 for Tiger. So the 8-iron is a play, but we are not going at that pin. I went just above where the 0 was before. It says it's 181. I'm not going to worry about that. I just want to put, if it goes left, if he moves it left, you can find the pin area. I just want to take as much of that bunker as I can out of play. And it, oh yeah, I didn't look at the lie. We do have different kinds of lies in this game. This was was above his feet, so it drew about 5 yards and moved 5 yards because of the way he hit it. And he leaves himself a nice 10-footer short of the hole for birdie. Okay, so this is what we're looking at for Phil. He can put, the bunker will not be in play. Cyber Bones has it about a yard right in the hole. Green slopes from right to left and back to front. And he got too much of that and left it 5 yards over the pin. So 5 yards from the aim spot and 4 yards to the right. So he has 7 yards, about 20 feet for par. 20 feet on the nose. So he will go for this because anything under 20 feet is a go putt. So there's 5 out of 36 chance he makes this. Most likely he'll just have to tap in for bogey. Well judged. A double number, which is usually what you want, but it was that double number is a 6 for Phil on double fives. So a tap in for bogey to get him to 1 under. Now Tiger is 11 feet down the hill. Wow, or up the hill. Still a putting shot 4, so 12 out of 36. 30%, 33% chance he makes this to not tie with Phil at 1 under. Nope, not aggressive enough. Not aggressive enough. Dice roll of a result number of a 27. So 3 feet for par. And so it's a par for Woods. We go to the 5th hole. Phil Mickelson at 1 under and Tiger Woods 1 behind and even. To the par 4 5th we go, 453 yards. This isn't a difficult hole. Second shot might be difficult because of where the pin is, but the lack of wind kind of makes this an easier course. The tee shot, the landing area slopes from left to right. No real dangers. There's bunkers there if you go with the driver. We're not going to go with the driver. We're going to go with the 3-wood for them both and see what we get. So a good shot should land well and land on the right edge, but should still stay in. Right, 5-2 is not what you want. He goes right 15, and now he has 230 yards, 27. That is the worst possible dice play result number he could get from the Woods chart, which is anything from the driver, the 1 wood, down to a 4-iron. The iron column is the second one that goes from 5 all the way down to sandwich, and the putter is pretty self-explanatory. So that's the worst that Tiger could do, and is actually rather fortunate and only missed the target by 15 yards. Phil will go with a 3-wood as well.
All right.
And oh, see, now that's also a 5-2, which is always a bad dice roll. And wow, his went 35 yards to the right. He has 221 left. Wow. I wonder if he's going to have tree trouble too. So they're both in trouble off the 5th tee, which is for Torrey a simple hole. Well, if we played it straight, you see we get 5 yards down the hill. Now look again, the bunker on the left is that yellow bunker, which means the game considers it a deep bunker, and you would have to hit a lob shot out just to get it on the green. So if we're going to miss, we want to miss right. We're going to go with a 4-iron and hope it clears the bunker. We've aimed it 8 yards to the left of the pin. We just want to get this on. And he does. Well, that's a pretty good shot. Can't do much better than a 12 with that. Double ones, always a good roll. So Tiger actually has about 30 feet for birdie. All right, just what I feared. Phil has tree trouble. You see the red lines there on his aiming line. It says that the ball would hit the trees. So, but we're not going to aim at the hole anyway. The caution signs, the yellow triangles that you see, are the clubs that would interfere. So you could actually play a pitching wedge or a sand wedge, and it would clear the trees. But we're not going to aim there. Alright, so we aim for the center and still see that we have tree trouble. So now we can shape shots in this game. I believe we're going to go, remember, Phil's a lefty, so I believe we're going to fade it around the tree. I meant draw. I meant draw. Okay. So every click of that is 5 yards. So we're going to hit, for Phil, it would be a 10-yard draw. For a righty, it would be a 10-yard fade. And the dice will do its mumbo-jumbo. And if all goes well, if this is a good Phil shot, we'll be within birdie range. But the target is 8 yards to the left of the pin. And that's exactly what Phil does. Phil does what Phil does best, and he has 9 yards for birdie. He hit the perfect 10-yard draw. The ball went straight, and they both have long birdie putts. So 28 feet for Tiger on putting chart 3. I think we'll just be happy to get out of here with par. So Tiger will lag his. Ooh, should have went for it. It wouldn't have gone in. Bad caddy, bad caddy. So tap in par for Tiger, and he will stay it even. Never like to see those doubles come up when you're doing the tap, and you want those for like what Phil has here. He's on putting chart 3. If he went for it, he'd have a 5 in 36 chance. I guess. Phil saw what Tiger did. Got a very good dice roll. 5-1 is pretty good. So par for Phil, and he will stay at 1 under through 5. Right, this is the hole that plays as a par 5, the 6th for the regular PGA Tour event, but played it as a 4 for the Open. 560 yard par. It's a long par 5, and narrows a cliff all the way to the right and bunkers all the way down the driving side. So there's no distance changes. It really is, how much of this do you want to take on? So there's 302 basically to that first bunker. So we will go with a driver, but we'll hit a controlled driver so Tiger doesn't plop it in the bunkers. Anything right, that rough is all nasty, and there's an ocean down there. So if it's short in the red, or orangish red, that's a penalty. Good shot. 322. Hit the longest that you could get and leaves himself 250. And because of his length, he probably can get home in 2. So Tiger hits the ace shot. He went right 7 yards from where we aimed, but nothing wrong with that at all. Monkey see, monkey do here. Phil pretty much aimed it for the same spot in a controlled driver. And let's see what Phil can do. Remember, right is just atrocious. Left isn't much better, but right is really bad. And he doesn't hit it as far as Tiger, but he's in good shape. He's on the fairway. 291 off the tee, 284. So he will be laying up. Right? He does not possess the length to get home. But we'll give this a full whack. Anything just off the green will roll back a few. And that bunker on the left, right by where the 284 number is considered a deep bunker. I don't think he can reach it. So just whack a 3-wood as hard as he can go. He actually got on. Wow. He hit the best flight number, and with the course being hard and firm, he actually has it on. So he's going to have, let's do some math here, about 39, 40 feet for eagle. 250 for Tiger. And so Tiger will whack a 3-wood at this and see what happens. That rolls right, and will roll back? No. Wow. He didn't get all of it. His dice roll result number was good. A 5 wasn't terrible, but he got under it a little bit. So he'll have a pitch from just off the green. And and it's considered the next longest chart. So he'll actually go from that 50 to 26 yard chart, or 26 to 50 chart. Don't want to lob. Now that's trouble, because that pin is tucked right in there on top of a knob. So the aim spot is 2 yards past the pin. Oof. That's a tough little pitch. Well, it's Tiger Woods. So it's fine. Tiger will have a tap in to get to 1 under. Phil is 37 feet for eagle. And I don't think he's going to get too greedy here, because that goes well up the hill. And he didn't hit it hard enough. That's why you don't go for it, because if you make the mistake like Phil did and didn't hit it or get a bad dice roll, it only magnifies for being aggressive. So the conservative play still leaves him 6 feet. The good news is it's a 2-putt birdie attempt. On putting chart 4, so from 6 feet, it's 25 out of 36. The sweet sound of the ball making the cup. Phil Mickelson goes to 2 under. Tiger taps in for his birdie. So we'll take a quick break. We'll show you the 7th hole while I get a drink. It's just me at the moment. So the 7th hole, 461 yard par 4, and I was playing longer than that today. 284, 484, 475 is what it looks like from the aiming point. 3 wood is probably going to be the safe play. Fairway slopes from the landing area from the left to right. Very right, by the way, is dead. That bunker around the green, as you can see, is yellow. And the second shot will be downhill for 5 yards. So all things considered, 3 wood is probably the safest play. You just want to make sure it's in the fairway. It's in the rough. I don't think it's too bad. Not a horrible shot. He missed the target by about 10 yards. And the rough cut down the roll. He'll have 227, but that should not be a problem. Unless he drew a bad lie. We'll go again with Phil here. Should be an easier shot for him because he's left-handed. And he misses that further to the right than Tiger. He got a little more distance out of it, but not that. But he's missed by 15. So he'll have 223 to go. Tiger has about 220. Let's see if they drew a good line in the rough or not. Tiger did. You can tell immediately because there's no red up in the chart, which tells me what the club should do. 226. Down the hill 5. With the bunker being big trouble, so we're going to aim away from it. And if it goes straight, great. If it heads to the pin, fine. If it misses left, there's rough. Miss left in the rough, but he'll have a lot of green to work with for his third. Like Tiger, Phil has a 4. And it goes to the right. Oh, look at the slope on that. That stays on the green. Boy, did that run. There's just no spin from the rough, and the game gets it accurately. He hit it almost too hard. He avoided the bunker, but he'll be 2-putting there and hope to get out with a par. Oh, all right. So the pin will slope. That's all downhill, and the landing spot 3 yards away to the left is on the middle of a ridge. He'll have to go up a ridge and then down to the hole. Boy, this is a tough pitch. And he didn't hit it hard enough. He got a good dice roll and just didn't hit hard enough. He's going to have a monster 17, 18-foot putt for par. Phil will lag this. I think he could have liked that better. 4.6 is at 31. That's not great, but 4 feet should be real. He's got a lot easier putt than Tiger does from 18. This would be it's the toughest putting chart. This would be a par save of par saves. There's a chance this misses by 10 feet or more. If you want to know the exact number, 6 and 36. So 1 in 6 chance he makes this. That's very good. Not a great dice result number, 25 off the 1-6, but that could have been a lot worse. So Tiger will have 4 feet for bogey. And he makes it. And Phil, not as good of a putter as Tiger, makes it rather easily. So after 7 holes, Phil Mickelson is at 2 under, and Tiger Woods is even at Torrey Pine South. Boy, that looks simple, doesn't it? It's not, but it looks simple. 179, center of the green. Nice pin. Wait till you see how far down the hill this is. Or up the hill, because my memory is so good. It's 10 yards up the hill. The bunkers are death. Especially you get in the front of that front one, or green side in the front one. Oh boy. So you need to judge it really well. So we're going to go with a 7-iron, which for Phil should go 190. And that should be about pin high. It is. That's a very good shot. It kind of wandered 5 yards off the target, but 5 yards is very good. And he'll have about 15 feet for birdie to go to 3 under. Tiger will also go with a 7-iron. Veers to the left, catches this slope, and he's on. But oh boy, that's going to be 40 feet. Par would be good 2-putt from here. 37 feet. We will, surprisingly, it's putting chart 3, but we will not gamble here. Oof. Yeah. The play result number was 23 off the 1-4 roll. He'll take it from 3 feet. I mean, he'll get his par, but he'd have liked it to have been a little more slam dunkish. Phil is 15 feet on putting chart 4, so 8 in 36 chance he makes this. Worst case scenario, he leaves it about 5 feet either way. Gave it a good run, and he certainly will take the easy tapping. So par for Phil. He stays at 2 under. And a par for Tiger, who stays at even par as we head to the par 5/9. So the par 5/9, downhill, so he's going to get 10 yards. If you get to that slope, and you should with a driver, you're going to get some extra yards. So that's the key. Keep it in the fairway and hit that slope. So drivers for both out of bounds left from buildings. There's a cart path, as you can see. Second shot isn't all that difficult. If you can get it close enough, you can get home in 2. The pin's going to be in the back left. Phil misses the fairway to the left. No, kind of unlucky there. That wasn't a terrible dice roll number. The play result number was a 14, but kind of unfortunate. He will not be able to get home. He's 3:28 to go. So, second shot, you want to. We'll get to that in a minute.
All right.
Ooh, the dreaded 2-4, and I think Tiger will have tree trouble. His shot veered 42 yards right of the target, and there's absolutely no way he can get home in 2. I'm not quite sure if he can even get back on the fairway. Oh, and Phil got a bad lie. So it's a 7-iron lie. And we're going to aim it at that bunker on the right, just to put it the most fairway we can in play. It certainly won't go 217 yards. We just want to make sure that it stays in play. And it does. That's actually a good shot. Good result. A lot of grass on that one, so it's rather short. Hit 151, 178 to go. That's what I was afraid of. I'm not. We're going to take the 3-wood out of Tiger's hands to see if we can punch this. Man, Tiger does not have any relief from the trees. His ball is just in a can of soup type lie, just nasty. So Tiger's going to hit about a 40-yard punch shot fade, or do we need to punch it? We do need to punch it. And we're going to hit this with a 7-iron. Hit a tree and rolls in the rough. Oh my goodness gracious. So Tiger will have 232 for his third. And I'm not quite sure what kind of lie he's going to have there. Well, we're going to fade at 10 yards. Oh no, we're not even in a good lie. I was going to see if we... So it's another 7-iron lie. And a good shot should end up right by the bunkers. I would think to the left of the pin. But on the fairway. That's a good shot. That's a very good shot. Well controlled. And so Tiger's going to have 68 for his fourth. So Phil is 177 for his third. And we're just going to go right at it with an 8-iron. Bunker's obviously left and right of the green if he's short. He shouldn't be long, but it's all rough. And a beautiful shot. A beautiful shot. From there, he has about 5 feet for birdie to make the turn at 3 under. So here's Tiger. 68 yards. All slopes from back to front with a pretty good ridge in the middle. So the aim, the auto caddy has it right at the pin. And you'll have a chance for par there from 2 yards, about 5 feet, I would think. 6 feet to save his par to make the turn at even. And he missed. Wow. At 27 out of 36 chance according to the chart. He rolled a 2-6. He rolled a 27 for a play result number. And so Tiger Woods is going to drop one at a hole that he should birdie. Phil is a 29 and 36 chance of making this. putting chart 1, and this is to make the turn at 3 under. Oh yeah, right in the heart. So as they make the turn, Phil Mickelson is at 3 under, Tiger Woods is at 1 under, as we've played the first 9 at Torrey Pine South. To the par 4 10th, playing at 414 yards. As we head back towards the ocean, out of bounds, as you can see in the left. Right is lots of rough and trees. The landing area will slope from left to right. It's all flat, so what you see is what you get for yardage, and that bunker on the right of the green is yellow, which means you don't want to hit it there. 3 wood will be the safe play. But this is Phil. We're going for the driver. I think he thinks he can get it past. That's why he's 4 shots ahead. You can take a risk here and let's see what happens. Oh goodness, he hit it too well. He got no, he just got hit it too long. He didn't go overly long. He just wheeled it all the way down, and it rolled right through the fairway. You'll have 91. That should be all right. Tiger will play the smart 3-wood. And that's a good shot. That catches some of the slope and moves to the right, but he'll have 129 after banging it 280. So he'll probably go the 3 with a full sandwich here for a second. I don't think it's going to put him on the wedge chart, so I'll have to hit it as an iron. No, it actually gave it to him as an iron, as a wedge shot. And go right at it. So it's go time for Tiger. He trails by 4 on the 10th fairway. Perfect number. Absolutely perfect number. Tap in birdie to get back to even par. Now Phil will have 90, and the target is the pin. But you get in some of these, he can miss this by 20 yards. Well, he was very fortunate. He actually got under the ball. He hit it thin, or hit it fat, but he's on the putting surface. He'll have a go for par here. Outside shot for birdie, depending on what putting chart this is. 24 feet. He won't go for it. He'd like to go for it, but you can just tell in the back of your mind, Bones Mackay is saying, just take your par and move on, dummy. And that's why, wow, what a putt. Phil makes a good par, 3 under. Tiger makes a tap-in birdie. He's back to even. So Phil Mickelson 3 under through 10. Tiger Woods is even through 10 at Torrey Pine South. The long 221-yard par 3 11th, playing today at 228. Now, if there was wind, this would be really difficult. You're getting 15 yards. So there's quite the slope to get there, and if you miss the green, it's going to roll. That bunker on the front left is a trouble bunker. That's a deep bunker. Anything that misses the green right will slide into that shallower bunker and it will be a difficult up and down. So 15 yards. Wow, we're gonna go. It's not a good club for Tiger here, so we're gonna go with a 5, but we're gonna hit a knockdown 5, which would be 215. That right should land right around the pin. That sounds pretty good. Oh! Oh! They got some bite. There's some bite in that green that took 8 yards off the roll. Kind of unfortunate because he's within 5 feet for birdie. You won there 6 times as a junior. I'd say that's several times as a PGA Tour player. I'd say that's a local knowledge shot for Tiger. We'll go same thing for Phil. There's the 6-iron won't get you that far, so he'll then knock down 5. And he misses, and oh, it stays out of the bunker. So that's laying in the rough. That's laying right on the top. He has a lot of green to work with, and he actually got the good split on the bad dice roll too. No, it's telling me he's got to use the next wedge shot chart, and he's on a wicked upslope. Oof. Well, that is sitting on one hell of a knob. The aim point is a yard past, but the area of the green where the pin is slopes a different way from the hill, from the rest of the hill. Wow. All right. Good luck, Phil. That ball should land right in the middle of the slope. Actually hit a good shot. Chunked it a little bit to the right, but yardage wise he actually hit it fine, so he's going to have about 13-15 feet for par. 13 feet. Tiger is 4 feet for his birdie. So we're on putting chart 2 with Phil's card. It says 11 out of 36 here. This is to stay 3 under par. Oh, he double threes. Poured it right in. Poured it right in. When Phil's playing well, he's just tough to beat. And even when he doesn't look, I mean, he should have dropped a shot there. I mean, that rough was nasty. He got the wrong chart. He could have easily pitched it wrong, and it just goes on the card as a 3. Now, if Tiger misses his birdie here, I mean, he's got a 35 and 36 chance of making this. Nope, no drama. 4-5. It's a 16 roll. 16 numbers. So Tiger gets to 1 under, but he trails Phil by 2 shots after 11 holes here at Torrey Pine South. 504-yard par 4. And let's do some quick math. 515 is what I got for where the pin is in the very back. Kind of reminds you a little bit of Firestone. It's just narrow. That bunker, the landing spot just goes down the hill. So we're going to go with the 3-wood because he'll get some extra roll. If he misses right, that first bunker on the right of the fairway is fine, but that second one is a deep one. And both golfers will have 5 yards added on their approach. Red dead left, a parking area from where the picture is, but that's a beach. So 3-wood. Let's see where he goes with it. Well, he got the double sixes. When you hear crowd noise, got 296 out of that. 260 in the air. The usual roll of 25, and because of the slope, he got an extra 10. So, a very good shot. Don't worry about that being left of the target. He'll take that anytime. Now it gives Phil the driver here. Oh, I hate this to do monkey see, monkey do with each shot. We'll try it. We'll try it with a control drive here and see what Phil can do. Well, he got the yardage, but he missed the target by 15 yards, so he's in the rough. Same distance primarily as Tiger. And we'll see if it's a bad lay or not. 224, but the angle's pretty good. He just won't be able to stop it like Tiger will. Phil will hit first. He got a good lie. And the 4-iron for Phil is at 215, and with that, it's adding the 5, it should be 220, so that's what we'll go with. Here's left gets into that. I believe that bunker on the left is trouble. It is. But if he can miss the bunker and put it on the green, he should be in good shape. He misses the bunker, gets a nice roll, dead center of the fairway. Hey, that's, I mean, most days you would take that from the fairway because of the winds. There's no wind today, and so Phil's fine with that. Tiger will hit a knockdown 5 because his 5-iron will go 220 and go with the added 5 yards. He probably would hit it over the green. Yep. Oh, and that rolled. That roll just... Oh, it's still on. It was on the downslope, so it got 5 extra yards from the lie and from the hole. But still, that would have been between two. A 6-iron would have only gotten 200. It's not what he would have wanted. So he got a good result, all things considered. Phil is 38 feet. The lag is what you want. And he knocks it to within 2 feet. So he will stay at 3 under par. Now Tiger. Technically that's on the green, even though the picture is showing it on the fringe. So on putting chart 3, 6 sure shots and 4 maybes. Okay. That's a good putt. 6-3 was a dice roll. The result number of 19. Tap in par for Woods. So he stays at 1 under and 2 behind Phil Mickelson. 6 holes to go. Let's keep going. A long par 5, 614 yards. No one's getting home in 2 on this. Trouble, trouble on the left. You can see where the bluff would start. Trees might save you. Chances are not. He will get 5 yards. They're going to hit well past the... I'm sorry, I take that back. They will not hit well past the landing area, and so the ball should slope from right to left. Now, with the second shot, you can see where the severe arrows are around the 150 yards to the pin sign. You're up the hill, so if you somehow really left it short, you could go back in the gully and roll back 20 yards, leaving yourself 150 for a third or worse. So we'll go with driver, but there's a lot of red on that map. And Tiger got onto that second chart. That's why there's no crowd noise. He got on that long drive chart and rolled a 6. I'm not quite sure where I see the 6. Anyway, he gets 339 yards. He actually has a chance to get home in 2. He will go for this green in 2. Wow. That's why you didn't hear the applause, because for some reason the applause does not kick in when a golfer hits the long drive chart and puts it in the fairway. Driver will be the play for Phil as well. The bunker's in the right. Don't think. Oh, that's just your conventional bunker if you miss it on the right. For Phil, it would be his left. And crowd noise is good from go. He got some roll. He actually hit his 324. He will not be able to go for his listen to. But a very good shot nonetheless. Middle of the fairway. We'll go with the 3-wood. The aim spot should put it a straight shot in that chute between the bunkers. I might back it up a bit. I did. I backed it down to 234 to get him to have a nice wedge shot, but the bunker should not be in play. So with a 10-yard uphill penalty, I'm going to take a 3-iron. It's below his feet. It could hook a little bit. The ocean is still in play if he really mishits it. Oh, that's fine. We'll roll back a little bit. It's in the fairway. Actually, you couldn't have placed it much better than that. So he'll have 51 yards after a 242-yard shot for his third. He should be able to cozy it right up there for a good chance at birdie. Mr. Woods will aim for the center of the green. And we'll give this a go. The bunker, well, you see the slope. You saw it with the way that Phil's ball rolled back. The bunker to the left of the green, by the green, would be the one that would miss that you don't want to be in. The rest of them would just be a conventional bunker shot. Oh, he missed it well left, yeah, but short. It was above his feet. So he lost 50. Good thing he lost 15 yards on it. It still missed his target by 20 yards off the line. So he'll have a difficult pitch from the rough from 56. That's not a tough green, reading the slope. There's a ridge in the middle that slopes from right to left. The ball will slope away from him a bit. But any sort of decent wedge shot here, he still should have a shot for birdie. It's just not the automatic that Phil, or the better chance that Phil has because he's in the fairway. Well, that's probably about as good as he can get from there. He's going to have about 10 feet to the right of the hole for a birdie, which he needs. With only 6 holes to go, he trails Phil by 2. Now here's where you would lob it instead of pitch, because if you see where the ball would land, it would land in the rough by the bunker, and that will not kick on the green. So Tiger actually caught a break. Phil actually caught a bad break here. So we change that to the flag target that I was telling you about earlier and select the lob. So Phil is going to hit one of those miraculous little floppers that he hits, and let's see how close he can get it. Well, I think he'll have wanted better. Did not get a great dice roll. He's going to have about 12, 13 feet. 12 feet, he's going to putt before Tiger. Wow, you wouldn't have thought that from the way that Tiger's second shot landed in the rough. That Tiger would have the closer birdie putt. This is a tough putting chart, so Phil has an 8 in 36 chance shot at making this because it's putting chart 4. Oh, and he's a little aggressive with it, and he'll have 3 feet coming back for his par. Tiger is also on putting chart 4 and has a 12 in 36 or a 1 in 3 chance of making this. Good effort. And he'll have a tap in par to stay at 1 under. And Phil's able to tap in. That's a pretty easy one. So through 13 holes, Phil Mickelson is at 3 under. Tiger Woods is at 1 under. This is a dastardly little thing, isn't it? A 435-yard par 4 14th. Today, I'm going to do some math there. 8, 5, 4, 448 today. Nice. 2 bunkers to the left on the landing spot. The rocks in the Pacific are on the left. It is 5 yards down the hill. 3 wood looks like the right club. Those bunkers are by the green are both yellow. Ooh. Good thing there's no wind. Tiger likes that one, as he should. 281. 166 to the pin, and you kind of have to go for this pin. There's really no area to bail out unless you leave it really short. He'll not go for the driver here with Phil. Bones talks him into the 3 wood.
Right.
Ooh, that's well right. He hit that 55 yards right. He did not. Wow. So it's 223. I don't think he's going to have tree trouble, but depending on where that ball is, that could be in horrible lie. And it is. It's a horrible lie. This is take your 7-iron, hit it as hard as you can and hope. And that's brilliant. He hit that one on the screws. Got the right amount of ball and grass and leaves himself a 76-yard pitch for his 3rd. Tiger has 166 and is between clubs. A 9-iron would leave him about 5 yards short, and an 8-iron would be 10 yards over. I think we got to play this short. A 9-iron is a safer play. If he goes for the even a cut down 8, that's long, and you don't want to be missing along here. How about drop dead perfect? He hit the best number he could possibly get, flew at the right distance, and got a friendly roll. If we'd gone with the knockdown of the other club and he did that, that might have been in the rocks. All right, Phil from 76 for his 3rd. Green slopes from back to front, right to left. Good pitch should get it a par. I think he would take. I don't think Tiger has a gimme birdie by any stretch. I think he would like it closer than that, though. So he's got about 10 feet to the right for a par. That's 12 feet, and Tiger has 11. Still, you don't want to be giving up shots here. 11, it's putting chart 2, 11 out of 36 chance he makes this. This could be good, this could be tap in, or there's a slight chance that he could miss this by about 5 feet. Gave it a good run, but just short. So Phil slips to 2 under. Now Tiger is on putting chart 4. That's a 12 and 36 chance. So a 30% chance to tie this match. Pours it right in. Tiger Woods gets to 2 under. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see what I'm about to do, so. We'll wait a sec, see what shows up. We've got stats up on my screen. I'm watching. Nope, you can't see them. So these are the stats. Tiger Woods has hit 72% of the fairway so far. Phil Mickelson has not hit that many, 36.4%. Driving distance, Tiger at 322, Phil at 308. Greens in regulation, Tiger has hit 78.6, Phil has hit 71.4. But they both hit 23 putts, which is why they're 2 under. The course, by the way, 7,688 yards. We have 4 holes left, including the par 5 18th. So the 478-yard par 4 15th hole. And Tiger is given a 3-wood. No fairway bunkers. It is down the hill. The approach will be up the hill. I think you got to hit a driver here. The ball in the first 300 yards will slope from right to left on the fairway. I don't like 3-wood on this. I can see where it's trouble. There's that ravine on the left, but if you hit it straight, there's no trouble, so you might as well just see how far you can get it down. He misses it to the right. Not bad. Well, 14 yards off the target. Not too terribly. So I'll have 172 up the hill. It went 304. Phil has been given the driver. See, I was going to give him the 3-wood. And he misses it to the left. About the same distance on just the other side of the rough. There's tree trouble for him. He might have to hit a cute little shot to get on. Tiger will hit for... Oh, he got the bad lie. He got the bad lie. So it's a 7-iron for Tiger. He'll go right at it. He'll get nowhere near it. So he'll have a pitch for his 3rd. But a very good shot. He did hit. Got a doubles and double twos and a good number. So he'll have 30 yards for his 3rd. Now, Phil's ball is lying well in the rough, but he has tree trouble. So he'll fade at 10. And take a 7 instead of an 8. And there he flushes it! If that isn't what Phil Mickelson golf is all about, I don't know what is. He has no right being that close. A fade with a wrong club, and he has less than 3 feet for birdie. Tiger now, 28 yards away. About 75 feet. The green slopes back to front pretty much straight. So the aim spot for Tiger will be 3 yards past the green and hope he kind of drops it in. Oh, and he chunked it. Oh my goodness, did he chunk that. You can hear the words he's muttering right now. He's going to have 25 feet for par, and we're going to have a 2-shot swing. .22 on the number. And if we treat this like a Sunday, he'd have to go for it. There's 4 in 36 chance he makes it. And he doesn't make it. He leaves it 3 feet long. That was tough. So Woods taps in from 3 feet for his bogey. He grits his teeth and is back to 1 under. Phil, 3 feet for birdie. Gets the doubles. So with 3 holes to go, Phil Mickelson has a 2-shot lead, 3 under to 1 under, over Tiger Woods at Torrey Pine South. The last par 3 of the day, the 225-yard par 3 16th, playing 216 today. Down the hill 10. Heavy bunkers left and right. Pin is in the front left. So Phil will play a full 6, which normally would travel 200. With the 10 yards, it should be about 210. And because it's Phil, you never know. He pushes it right and leaves it well short. He left that 30 yards short. He had the worst possible dice roll and leaves it 20 yards right of where he was aiming and 30 yards short. Like Phil, Tiger is between clubs here, so he's going to go with a shorter club. There's a lot of green. I mean, he could go long, but that could go real long. And you don't want that. And he leaves it short. He missed the center line by 14 yards, and he's 20 yards away in the rough. Well, not the crispest iron shots you'll ever see here. It's pretty much straightforward. We're sloping straight from the back to the front. So Bowen says 2 yards past the pin is where he should aim. And that's decent. That's going to be about 10 feet. It's a decent par chance coming up. The Tiger Woods team says right at it, which is kind of a surprise. I think he'll take it. Hit a little harder than he wanted, but he'll have about 5 feet for his par. So Phil will putt first, 10 feet away. Putting chart 3, 50-50 chance, 18 out of 36. And he missed it. He missed it badly by 4 feet. What was the dice roll was a 5-6 and the result number was a 29. Oof, so Tiger has a chance to level this going to 17. Tiger is on putting chart 4. From 5 feet, that's 30 from 36. So a 5 and 6 chance he makes this. Yep, good solid putt. Average putt makes the hole. So this is to hold the lead at 2 under. 32 or 36. Makes it. So we go to 17. Phil Mickelson at 2 under. Tiger Woods at 1 under after 16 at Torrey Pine South. The 441-yard par 4 17th is next with trouble again, the Pacific Ocean on the left. Your drive will go up the hill 5 yards, so you'll lose it. The approach is even steeper at 10 yards, and the green is fronted by deep bunkers and steep slopes. No trouble at all. Tiger, the aim point is 254. They're giving him a 3-wood. I think that's a safe play. That will leave 195 and a full 6 iron for an approach. And he misses it well right. He misses it by 25 yards. So this will all depend on what the lie is with Woods' shot to see if he can actually get home or not. Phil will also play the 3-wood. Fairway might win this match. Well, he'll miss it on the left. Not a good shot. Actually, he was lucky. It only missed the target center line by 14 yards. So, tricky approaches coming up here on the 17th at Torrey Pine South. Phil has a good lie. With a 10-yard uphill, he's going to have to take a 3-iron and hope. Oh, you'll take it. You'll roll right to the back of the green. Took a hard hop. Remember, you're just not going to get anything to spin. You hit it right on line, too. So Phil will have 30 feet for birdie, but I'm pretty sure he's going to get par and be in good shape to hit it with a lead in 18. Tiger does not have a good lie. So we're aiming short of the bunkers. It won't get there. He hopes to keep it in the fairway and leave it about a 40-yard pitch to set up a par. Very solid shot. Leaves himself 47 yards. Good solid contact, but too many mistakes like that on approach shots today. Now, just from the eye test, Tiger is forced to lob this because a pitch would probably stop in the rough, and Tiger can't afford to lose a shot here. Wow. Almost perfect. Almost perfect. Within a yard for par. Mickelson, boy, the gambler in him wants to go for this, but Tiger is 2 feet for par. So the decision is to lag. Ooh. Ooh, I cost Phil a shot. That would have gone in. 2-putt par for Phil. He looks over at Cyberbones and shakes his head. He felt confident. Woods makes his par, and we go to 18. Phil Mickelson 2 under, Tiger Woods 1 under. The par 5 last hole is next. All right, 577 yards today. Drivers all around. The question is, how far you hit your first one, will you go for the second one? There is out of bounds on the right. There is sand if your ball misses right or left. If you don't hit your tee shot very well, you have no chance. There's no wind and a lot of green to work with. There's a big pond in front of that green that has been enlarged over the years. Under the right conditions, you could go for it, even though the recommended play is to lay up. So, with all that in mind, I'll leave that up again. You're getting 10 yards, and it will slopes from left to right off the tee. You do not want to be, by the way, in those farther bunkers in the fairway. Those are yellow, and you see that dark red by the green, that bunker. So you don't want to miss your approach shot well right.
All right.
Well, Tiger will be laying up. He misses this target by 35 yards. He won't have tree trouble, but he has no way to get home in 2. I remember years ago. No, that was at Pebble. Never mind. John Daly had an eagle, I think, to make eagle to win here one year, just before or during the renovation. He took a driver off the deck, which you can't do in this game, but I've seen it done. Driver off the tee. Yes, it'll hold. It will not hold. But Phil's in pretty good shape. He'll lay up, I think, short of the pond. Oh, Tiger got the 7-iron lie, too. Bad lie. Bad spot. Leave it short of the pond and pitch it for your third. Barely got on the fairway. Wow. It hit just straight. Actually, didn't. He hit a very good shot too, and barely made the fairway. Up 138 to get home. Phil had 271 to get home. His 3 would have taken him 255, and that was quickly taken out of the discussion. So the aim spot is just by the front of that pond at 204 yards away, and to be extra safe, they're taking a 6-iron, which should go about 190. And he still misses the fairway. 20 yards left of the aim point. He'll have 102 from the rough. So there's still this hope for Tiger to level this match on the 18th hole. It's a full pitching wedge. I'm going to knock it down. That should leave him about 140. And he overhit it. He absolutely overhit it. He's actually in the bunker. He hit a great angle to it, and he just got too much of the ball. Phil will pitch. A par wins for Phil. Green slopes at his point from right to left. Aim point is a yard away from the hole. Slopes back towards the bunker. And he's short. He chunked it. 20 yards short. Before the renovations, this was a birdie hole. So Phil will have 20 yards up and down the wind. And again, just go right at it. And he puts it in the rough. He overhit it. He got too much ball. He had the wrong side of a split result. So the door has been opened here for Tiger, who could win this with a par. Oops. It's the first real bunker shot we've had today. The play is to go right at it. And that's the right play. Tap in par coming for Tiger. So Phil must make this to win. Where have we heard that before? Right at it. And he doesn't. He misses it by about 7 feet. This is to 7 feet to remain tied with Woods. 23 chances out of 36 that he makes this. He does not. He will double the 18th. And Tiger Woods is going to win. There wasn't even anything really cavalier here at 18 that cost him. Just a bad second and third. Wow, 2 bad shots in a row. So Tiger Woods will win, assuming he can tap in. He does. And that's it. After 18 holes at Torrey Pine South, Tiger Woods defeats Phil Mickelson. Tiger shoots a 1 under 71. Phil Mickelson shoots a even 72 after double bogeying the last hole.